Hey everybody, it's Brad at Dayport Brothers LLC out in Versailles, Ohio. Going to do another walk around video followed by an operational video on this 2017 Doosan DX85R 3 excavator that came in and we're putting up for sale. Like always, I'll walk around, I'll talk about the features and functions. I'll get up close to everything, I'll show you anything I see, talk about anything that I know, and then of course we'll start it up and kind of run it around, run it through its paces. I'll get up close, let you hear the engine, get up close, show you the pins. As always, if you are in the market for a used excavator, a used piece of construction, or a used piece of farm equipment, please subscribe to the channel. Please like the video. Your likes and subscriptions help other people who are looking for equipment find our videos, and we truly do appreciate it. All right, like I said, this was a 2017 Doosan DX85R-3 cab heat air, front auxiliary hydraulics, backfill blade, 2-speed. Has a tag coupler, Yanmar diesel engine, radio, 18,960 pound operating weight, rubber tracks. This one has 6,732 hours. I cranked it up and ran around a little bit, kind of tested everything out before I did this video. The pins up here definitely have some play in them. The pins and bushings, and there's a little bit of play in that. Some of that play is going to come from that coupler. If you're familiar at all with tag couplers, there's always some play in those just based off the way they work. So when we do the operational video, you'll be able to see that there is some play up here. The paint is fairly bright. There is a spot right up here that has been patched or welded on anyhow. There's a patch on each side. I don't know, it looks like maybe it broke right at the top where that thumb mount is. Kind of went around, so they've patched on both sides. Like I said, front auxiliaries here. That's the only spot I see. Nothing else up here. Like I said, that paint is nice and bright. That shield's still here on this cylinder. The backfill blade is actually really pretty straight. As you can see here, it's not all beat up. The back side of it looks good. I don't see any cracks or welds or plating on the back side of this blade. The pins up here in that blade were fairly tight. The swing pin was pretty tight. These two pins here in the middle, there's definitely some play in those. I'll try to show you that as we do the operational video, but almost honestly looks like maybe that pin, and that pin, they don't look too old. But the main center pins, like I said, there is some play there. The tracks are in very good shape. As you can see, I'm gonna call those 85–90% tread life, and I think I'm being very fair there. If you get up close here, I don't know if you can see it, but you can still actually see the little ribs in each bar there. So I mean, there's a lot of life left in those tracks. The sprockets are really good. The rails still actually retain some of the original gray paint underneath there. Up here, that sheet metal, fairly straight. There's a little bit of a dent right there and a little scratch. Nothing out of the ordinary. Actually fairly straight for 6,700 hours. Back here, the counterweight's pretty straight. A few little scratches there. That back door's nice and straight. Underneath here is actually pretty darn dry. I'm really not seeing much underneath here. Dry around both the final drives here. Again, this side matches up really good as far as tread life. Sprockets are very good again. The rail there still retains quite a bit of the gray paint. This shield here is in pretty darn good shape. A few little scratches right there, but fairly straight, not all beat up. There is a dent there. Again, this side of the blade, I don't see any kind of cracks or welds or plating over here. See if I can get this open by myself here. Take a look in here at the engine. Like I said, Yanmar diesel engine. As you can see here, it's pretty doggone clean. Nice and dry. There's not a bunch of oil running down the side of the block or diesel. Pretty darn clean in here. That shock wasn't really wanting to hold that up. I was having to hold it up there. So that shock's getting a little weak. All the cab seems to be in, or all the glass in the cab seems to be intact and in good shape. I don't see any cracks in any of the glass. That all seems pretty good. Right here is actually in pretty good shape. That into the entryway here, the floor mat's in good shape. I don't see any cuts or tears or rips in that. Both your pedals are in good shape there. Drive sticks. Your operating controls are in good shape here. Buttons. The seat is in good shape. I don't see any cuts or tears in the seat. Back and the bottom are both pretty darn good. The headrest is good. Actually, there's still some plastic. I don't know if somebody's replaced that headliner at some point. There's still plastic on the headliner up there though. Right here's your hour meter. Alright, so like I said, 67.32 on the hour. So this one's a 2017 DX85R3, 6,732 hours. We'll get right into an operational video.